That's what I saw for most of the 70s. Strings of high-nosed Jeeps and SDs moving along the southern main. A couple of my favorites growing up, Southern Railway's FP7s. Used them on 5 and 6, the Piedmont, and I think 3 and 4, the Asheville Special, up till 75. And of course, you know my all-time favorite engines from my all-time favorite train. Southern E8s, Queens of the South. These have the bicentennial decals on them that I made. 17 for 17 signers of the South. 4 of them are still alive. Let's get them on an excursion train. So we'll move into Amtrak. Sorry about the pause earlier. And some workhorses from the... Actually, these are both built in 81, even though F40s started arriving in 76. So these two, both built in 81. Powered many of the inner city Amtrak trains through the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Those F40s were replacing both the SDP-40Fs and an aging fleet of E units. Amtrak took the best from a lot of the passenger railroads and quickly wore them out. But that's what I grew up on, riding the National Limited from DC back to St. Louis every summer. The first new power that Amtrak got was 1973 SDP-40Fs. Basically a cowled version of an SD-40. Eastern railroads had trouble with them. Western railroads, they ran fine. Most of them were gone by 1980. Their parts traded in for F40. The new AMD 103 Genesis engines were a radical departure in the way that Amtrak engines looked before. Because even the F40s, if you squinted, had the kind of the shape of an F unit. More streamlined was the EMD F59 that they used on both the Talgo Cascades and the Pacific Surfliner. And then the more modern P42s here in the current paint scheme. I don't have one of the new Charger engines yet, so who knows. But en route, as a late Christmas present, is a Talgo Cascades painted F59, so we'll have to see that in a week. Don't run this often, but we've got one of the nice big newer Santa Fe's. Sometimes it shows up, makes an appearance. BN's represented by a couple of beat up old Bachmans that look pretty good actually. You don't see Christine much, this BN Geep. Hey look, N-scale smoke. That's not good. We'll call the N-scale fire department. Okay, last but not least, it's my nod to the Burlington, the E8, E7, and the E9. Well, it has our 50s era SD9 and Alco RS11 bring our freight in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for looking at all these engines. And I'm not rich or anything. A lot of those engines, I trade shells over different chassis. So I've got probably 10 shells of those engines laying around here while I use the bodies on others, especially like the Cato E9s. Right now it's on the Burlington Northern, sometimes it's on the UP, so we do a lot of that. Take it easy, talk to you later.